the less possibilities there are. We talked about this before too. The more control you attempt, the less possibilities there are. The less doorways, ways forward that you can traverse or you can travel. A logical mind attempting to ensure our expectations are met. When you release the control, when you let go and you open yourselves up to all the possibilities, you allow for miracles to take place. You allow for magic to happen. You attempting to try to control things only stops the magic. Oh, that's not possible. It couldn't happen like this, so it'd be best if it just happened like this. And then we got this, we got the blinders on to these two particular directions based on our expectations when infinite possibilities are always in front of us. Miracles can take place if we allow it, if we acknowledge the intelligence of our experience, if we acknowledge that things don't just work logically or linearly. Then we open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities before us. Once again, those testimonials is in you seeing how intelligent life can be, how brilliant our experience can be, how things that we expect or perceive aren't possible logically are possible. It was just necessary for us to have the courage to let go of the control and expectation and limitation of our logical expectations of our experience. No, it don't work like that. This is supposed to happen, then this, and then this can happen. Why you taking the long way, bro? Why you creating extra steps? You could walk around the corner and what you desired that you thought was going to take 5 years to take place could happen now. But because you have this logical, you hold on to these logical limitations of how life is supposed to work, you create extra steps. And it wasn't necessary. Control. Once again, less control, more power. Less control, more power. Things seem chaotic, so yeah, of course you try. Things just sometimes, a lot of times, especially with the analytical mind, we feel like things aren't working out properly or like they're supposed to, so we feel like, oh, let me just create some order here. Let me take control of the situation. You do this, and I'm going to set the appointment for this day because this ain't getting done, and I'm tired of this. Yeah, once again, the masculine energy within ourselves, a conscious mind, that divine masculine. I mean, in actuality, it's the ego. The ego turns into the divine masculine as it refines. But the ego in fear attempts to create order out of what it perceives to be chaos, when in actuality there was order. It was just that the logical mind couldn't understand, couldn't comprehend the methodology of the divine. Of course, it's infinitely intelligent. The logical mind only has what to work with, or the experiences that it has to work with, which are extremely limited and have all the information. The heart does. So it can see from that perspective. But the mind, no, it's just, bells and whistles and our own experiences, Sunday morning cartoons and stuff that we learned in school. Our common sense. It's just that, once again, life or love is beyond logic. It's much more brilliant, much more intelligent, much more integrated. So, of course, you wouldn't recognize or understand. And then it doesn't understand or is ignorant. It likes to call things or pass things off as mistakes. And let me fix this. This is a mistake. I need to fix this and change this because, this is just too crazy. I don't know what's going on. God made a mistake. Let me fix this. That's the arrogance of the ego mind. No doubt about it. The home of ignorance. Just as arrogant as it wants to be. God made a mistake. Let me fix this. Fear, questioning love. Ignorance, questioning intelligence. That's what that is. Intelligence has no questions. The ego got plenty of questions. They just don't know. Oh, this and confusion. And well, what about this? And well, what about this? Once again, it's ignorance. It's just not know. The heart does. The heart ain't got no questions. When you're in your heart space, you have way less questions about anything. Because you trust yourself. You have confidence in your presence. You know that all the things that you intend to realize consciously is unfolding for you, before you. It's only necessary for you to step back and accept. That's the intelligent thing to do. Because you trust yourself. There's nothing that I need to get, to find out, to ensure that I know what I need to know now. Your design is just that brilliant where you always know what you need to know now. You always have what you need to have now. There's nothing that you need to go out and physically do or attempt to get, to try to do. This moment is absolutely perfect. This moment is absolutely perfect. And a lot of times we don't know that until we do know that. What they say, hindsight 2020. Hindsight is 2020. Yeah, we don't know that until we do know that. Things are presented, things work out the way they work out, and we, once again, sometimes we got this hopeless energy of it is what it is. And then later on down the line, we recognize, yeah, it is what it is. It was perfect. It was exactly what you needed to experience. It was exactly where you needed to be. You knew exactly what you needed to know. So there was no need to be hopeless in the first place. There was no need. There was only a need to surrender. So once again, maybe it is what it is our idea or our verbalization of the idea of surrender. That's beautiful. It is what it is. Yeah, let me step back. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But God got this, and things are working out perfectly. Let me sit back and watch the movie versus attempting to change the script. Maybe. How about that? Come on. Come on with it. There's only perfection. There's only perfection, no doubt about it. So here's some of the confusion that's brought about as we continue to expand in consciousness. These new ideas and the sense of safety that we get out of the idea of you create your reality, right? It's very easy for us to misinterpret that as, okay, well, I have this mechanism inside that gets to decide what's going to take place. Now, to a degree, fair. To a degree. But we're missing a large spectrum of the things that are necessary based on our own individuality, based on our own harmonic frequency, the distortions that we may house at the moment, the fear that we may hold on to at the moment. There's more. There's quite a bit of things that may be necessary, for us to reach our destination vibrationally. How does a lack of control and letting go intertwine with the idea that we create our reality? Once again, this idea may bring our ego a sense of comfort and feeling as if this is how we control our lives. And that's not necessarily the truth. just think positive, and you think negative stuff, and think thoughts, and do your vision board, and see the thing, and so on and so forth, and then it's just going to show up. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty black and white. It's pretty black and white. Not necessarily the refined expansion of that packet of information. It could be opened up a little bit more, and you'll see more layers to how that works, versus it being this, let me just make this wish list of stuff that I want in my head, and if I look at the car, or look at the crib, or look at the relationship enough times, then it's going to show up. And it's like, well, that's not the whole packet. That's only a small piece. That's only a small piece. There's so much more to account for. Once again, your primary purpose in being incarnate is giving yourselves the opportunity to clear and align, to balance yourself out. Once again, male, female incarnations, experiencing the male vessel, experiencing the female vessel, catering to the energies of the masculine expression of self, and of course the feminine expression of self, realigning yourself. The primary purpose of being incarnate in a body is your evolution. So of course, the secret, and your wish list stuff, and the things that you want, and my 401k, good credit, so on and so forth. These things don't necessarily have a priority when it comes to the greater list. You're here to evolve on the path of self-realization as a soul. Now, of course, some of these beautiful things and trinkets and the abundance of life that you desire, they unfold alongside, or in alignment, or integrated with your evolutionary path. It's integrated, no doubt about it. It's not the top priority, but you're going to be on paths of experience which assist you in gathering the level of maturity and responsibility and awareness. When it comes to gathering resources or money or what have you, it got to be in you first. It got to be in you first. It got to be in you first. Yeah, we want the stuff, but once again, it got to be in you first. The only way for you to recognize those frequencies within you is to go through the experiences that develop the emotional and spiritual maturity and intellectual maturity necessary to harness, to handle that level of resources, or those levels of experience or abundance. Premature blessings is self-destructive. Premature abundance can be extremely self-destructive. You know that. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. What happens to the people who hit the lottery? And once again, just all these habits and poor money management skills, and a lack of connection with the intuition. So bad decisions take place. What do you do when you get introduce several $1 million into a household or into the hands of an individual that does not have that capacity within themselves yet? Yeah, of course, a bunch of chaos, self-destruction, all the habits, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I got infinite resources. I got a bunch of money. So yeah, instead of buying 40 today, I'm going to go buy 80 every time I go to the store. All this stuff is amplified. So once again, it got to be in you first. This is protection. This is protection. This is protection. The limitations that are necessary in order to allow for the frequencies of resonance and maturity within ourselves that are necessary for us to develop in order for us to house, to be in possession of this level of resources or abundance, or the house and the inheritance and once again, all this stuff. Got the 80 ounce. They want to get it. So they're drinking like this. Once again, the maturity is necessary. So once again, the limitations are blessings in disguise. They're catalysts of our evolution, of us becoming more mature, working with what we have. So then you're not dependent on money. Come on, all this stuff, most of this stuff, look, a lot of this stuff from the thrift store. It ain't on me, it's what's in me. It ain't on me, it's what's in me. Once again, everywhere you go, when the beauty is in you, of course, wherever you decide to set down or plant your flag, it's going to flourish with all your energy because it's in you and not on you. When the beauty is inside, everywhere you go becomes beautiful. Everywhere you sit down and lay your head is going to flourish your energy. Because it's in you. It's not on you. It ain't the stuff. It's who you become as a person. The beauty that you found inside. Your frequency of being. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit too. Let's stick to the point. We're talking about control. Here's the thing. True control is in letting go and trusting the flow of your energy. Trusting the flow of your energy. Whose job is it to trust God? Whose job is it? Whose job is it? It's not outside, it's inside. Not outside, it's not the stuff. When you let go of the need to control, you allow things to flow. You allow your energy to flow.